G'day YouTubers. You might remember that the last video was supposed to be a boating day out with my wife, but ended up being a rather haphazard fishing trip for myself because nothing was pre-planned. So at long last we managed to get the boating day in for my wife. I managed to get a little bit of fishing in while we're out there. This is a video such as it is, and I'll explain why shortly. We got off to a nice early start, and the reasoning behind that was that we've had so much bad weather lately that I haven't been out on the boat much, so I figured most people haven't been out on the boat much, and that it was going to be a very busy day now that we had a good day on the weekend. I wasn't wrong. We got down to the ramp by about 4 o'clock-ish, 4:30 I think, and the car park was half full at that stage. That's pretty unusual for the private ramp. So as soon as we drove in, we knew we'd made the right decision to get out early. However, getting out that early meant getting out of bed about 2:30 in the morning in order to get ready and get down to the ramp by that hour. We don't live very close, as you might gather. So the upshot of all that was, by the time we got out on the water, my wife was ready to go back to sleep for a while because it was early. We weren't going into Peel for our swim for a few hours, so she thought she'd make the most of that, which left me able to fish for a while, and that's what I did. Giving this trolling snapper another go. I got the right lures this time, but so far no luck. Finally got out for the boating weekend with my wife, so I'm not focusing much on fishing. I'm just having a quick troll through Harry's on our way to Peel to have a nice swim and picnic on the beach, etc. I might drop a bait in shortly. I got first fish on bait, not big. Right, put that one down for a minute. Hey, getting too far out. Baby Squire. So you managed to get both of them in you. Oh well, not too badly. Easily released. Interest on this one again. I think he's taking my bait though. Yeah, pretty sure he has. Yep, sure did. Oh shit, he bit me off. Bloody hell, what is it down there that's doing that? Jeez. There's not much. I didn't put much effort into it. There wasn't a big bite, or a big tug or anything. Alright, got a bit of 30-pound trace, let's try that. Notice the red kayak tied to the side of the boat there. That's my wife's tender. She thought now that we had a bigger boat that it deserved a tender, and that's her baby. Good exercise if you're into kayaking. Personally I swim, but my wife likes the kayaking, so we laid that on board for her. Oh, already got a little flounder. Wow. Oh, you're pan size, aren't you? And the reason I said such as it is at the beginning of this video is because I had no end-of-camera problems. Just to fill you in on the background, this picture here of the batteries of a GoPro camera. I've already thrown 4 or 5 out. This is the next batch to go in the rubbish bin. They are awful. I've tried genuine batteries and I've tried some aftermarket batteries. and they all just blow up and swell up, and you've got to throw them out. At $45 a pop, that's an expensive battery. So I gave up on the GoPro, and I've got a DJI Osmo action camera, which pretty much looks like a GoPro and is supposed to have some better features, but it does work differently, and it gave me no end of issues. For one thing, the beep sounds when you turn it on and off are different, and they take a little bit of getting used to. Not only that, while we're out, the sounds actually changed. For a long time I had no idea whether the camera was on or off. Unfortunately, it was off more than it was on. There's also the matter of the battery. It did make some strange beeps, and I thought the battery was flat, so I turned it off just as I got a fish on, and then I sort of forgot about it for another fish, and eventually I got the battery changed and then had problems with the beep sounds. All in all, I caught 3 or 4 times as many fish as on this video. Only one of them was a keeper. It would have made an excellent video shot. I am so disappointed I didn't get that. I had him up the boat, I had the leader in my hand, I had my other hand reaching down as I lifted him out of the water, and he just jumped off and swam away. And that would have made an excellent video, but missed that as well. Anyway, that's the explanation of the videos, and it was good that it happened on this trip because I would have been really ropeable had I had this much trouble with videos on a genuine fishing trip. So hopefully I'll have all this under control by the time we get out fishing again. That flat battery on the GoPro just at the wrong time, but double hook up on babies. So it was a bit exciting. Oh, come on, there. See what he is? He's 30. And he's 22. And they're off. There's another one at 30 centimetres. I had a bigger one on, but I dropped him as I went to lift him out. There you go. Yeah, they're away. And here's a shot of my wife out on our tender for our boat, having a great time kayaking around. As I said before, good exercise. I was out swimming, getting my exercise. It was still pretty early in the morning when we got into Horseshoe Bay, but it was already crowded then. It wasn't just a matter of pulling into the first bit of beach that took your eye. I had to look along there to find room to fit in between some boats. There was still, quite a few spaces left, but it was very full, particularly for that hour of the morning. And while we were there, enjoying our swim and a bit of picnic lunch and everything, or morning tea, it just kept filling up. Just one boat after another arriving. We had planned to get the drone up and take some drone footage of the boat, moving along, a bit of the beach, a bit of Horseshoe Bay, and then we were going to go over near the reef and get the submarine down and take some footage of that. But given the number of people that were out on the water and how busy we know that the ramp at Cleveland gets when a lot of people are suddenly wanting to get off the water, we had a bit of a conference and we decided to cut the day short and head for the shore, try and beat the rush. As it was, we waited about 10 or 15 minutes to get out, but certainly not as bad as it would have been later in the day when everyone was trying to get out. And that's why there's not a lot of variety in the footage that we have in this video. But the trip was worthwhile because I've got the camera sorted now, I hope, ready for the next one. Not much of a fishing trip, not much video this time, but a worthwhile learning exercise for me at least. Hopefully we'll be able to get out fishing again soon. Until then, good fishing.